It was a lazy Sunday afternoon for us in Kelowna, British Columbia, until we noticed that there was a fire on the ridge above our house in Knox Mountain Park. Park's lightly forested. It's mostly grasses and bushes with some ponderosa pine. We've always known that there is a danger for fires to be up there and be close to our house, but this is the first time we've had a fire that's been really close to our house happen in the park. Uh, a little bit unnerving, but at the same time, we weren't really that worried because the fire was above us. Prevailing winds would bring it away from us, and they were attacking it pretty hard. Even still, we put our cats in a room so that we could grab them easily, and our kids were sleeping, but we still got some stuff ready so that we could leave in case our house was evacuated. You never know. A lot of times there's been fires in British Columbia or Alberta that have been close to cities, and then winds shift, and suddenly, a fire that seemed safe is right burning down houses pretty much instantly. Even though we were relatively safe, prevailing winds were bringing the fire towards Magic Estates, which is above the fire. Uh, the forest fighting service brought a couple of helicopters, and they also had something in the range of 15 fire trucks and different equipment, water tanker type trucks on the ground as well, fighting the fire. The two helicopters were lucky in that they were so close to the lake that it was very quick for them to make a round trip, and they were able to attack the fire quite hard right from the start. And it being so close to town too, it did not take long till this fire was noticed, and the full force of the firefighters' abilities was being utilized to contain this fire, because it being in such a central location is dangerous, obviously. Every year during the heat of the summer, this park gets shut down to vehicle traffic, and things like smoking are obviously not allowed in the park at this time of year. The reports right away after this fire started was that the RCMP were looking for a group of people that were in the area right before it started, and it was a little bit suspicious of them because obviously, a fire like this was human caused. So as of this video, there's no news on who had started the fire, but we were thankful that the firefighters were going after it so strong. Obviously, you know, no houses, no houses or properties were affected, and nobody got hurt. So that's the most important part. The reality of living in the interior of British Columbia is that forest fires are a part of the life during the summertime. It's unfortunate, but it is true. We have a lot of uh, forests that are dying or diseased or infested with, the pine beetle, or there's a bug that's killing the fir trees too. It's pretty sad. So there's a lot of fuel for these fires, and over the years, it seems like we're just gonna have more and more of them. If you dream of living in a more rural setting in British Columbia, the threat of fire during the summertime becomes even greater. Uh, we're lucky we live in a main city here, but if you live in the farmland surrounding the city, you might not be able to get as quick action on a fire that's close to you, and that definitely affects your choices in British Columbia, where you want to live, and living in the city, and doing what we do, which is we garden pretty extensively. Um, we've thought about buying land, buying a farm outside of the city, but you do have to keep in mind the added risk of the forest fires when you get outside of the city centers. Even just living on the edge of the city and the development in an area that's prone to forest fires can be especially dangerous. There was a fire in 2003 in Kelowna that burnt down something like 200 homes almost. So, just because you're inside the city doesn't even mean you're safe. Luckily for us, this time they fought the fire and they got it under control fairly quickly, and nothing was lost, so that's all good. After the helicopters were done, they started swooping down with a little plane that was dropping retardant on the trees around it. And after they were done with that, it was just the fire trucks and the ground crews left mopping it up.